Elevator call.
BART is now issuing permits for riders who wish to use Segways or similar personal transporters on the system.
I can move it, a tenth of an inch.
In a moment, we'll go over the permit process, but first, a bit of history. Since the Segway's introduction in late 2001, the electric mobility devices have become more than a novelty.
It's really changed my life. I mean, I didn't used to be able to take public transportation because the thing that the Segway gives you is the last mile.
For Jeffrey Backus, who can only walk short distances, the Segway represents freedom.
You get me anywhere within 15 miles of someplace and I can Segway to it.
So Segways are clearly useful, but there are safety concerns. A Segway can continue to roll if a user lets go of it. The BART board adopted the permit program as a one-year pilot with both safety and mobility in mind. Owen Cooper and other members of the disability community were consulted in the drafting of the permit process.
I think the permit process is pretty straightforward.
There are important differences in both the permit process and rules for disabled users and those without disabilities. For example, only disabled riders are permitted to ride Segways in the concourse level of stations. With this added accessibility comes a couple of added requirements for a disabled permit.
You provide both proof of disability and a doctor's certification saying that the Segway is an appropriate device for you to use. Return it to BART and have a demonstration of your riding ability just to show that you're able to operate it safely in the BART environment.
Segway user Michael Dupray says he's always been conscious of the safety of others.
I never rode on a crowded train or take the escalator. Always make way for pedestrians. Those are the rules I started with, and I didn't see any reason for anyone else not to follow the same rules.
Michael gets plenty of practice. He rides his Segway about 18 miles during his daily public transit commute from the Central Valley to Berkeley.
Now this takes the place of a bike and a car at the same time. It's fun, get the same sense of freedom. It's safer than a bike. It's just a lot of fun.
It's fun, but you must have a permit to use a Segway or similar device on BART, no exceptions. For more on permit applications and rules, click on the link in the text version of this story. Jim Allison, BART TV News.